Hi guys, it's Miss Cycle and we are starting a new unit today. We are starting to learn about our second element of art, and that is shape. Shape. So let's learn a little bit more about shape before we get started making anything.
Today we are going to be learning about shape and starting our shape project. All shapes start as a line. The difference between lines and shapes is that shapes have to be connected, one end to the other. Shapes enclose a space inside them. You can look at shapes that you recognize, like squares and circles and triangles, and notice that it's just a line that connects from one end to the other. There are two types of shapes: geometric, which are the most recognizable shapes, like squares, triangles, rectangles, hexagons, and pentagons. And there are organic shapes, also called free-form shapes, that take on any kind of shape imaginable. They are not as commonly recognizable, and they're often one of a kind. Another way to look at our geometric and organic shapes is that geometric shapes are often man-made and follow mathematical equations. Organic shapes are free-form and are often associated with nature.
So now that you know a little bit about shape, I want to talk to you about what we're going to be making. So we are going to be doing a drawing using both geometric and organic shapes, and it's going to look something like this. Now, some of the things I notice about these shapes is that they are overlapping. And what that means is that there's one shape on top of another shape. And that's okay. In fact, that's awesome. And that's what this project is about. Because if you notice, my overlapping organic blobby shape right here going on top of my geometric circle right here actually makes a whole new shape right here. So it's kind of fun to play with overlapping shapes. Now we're not going to get too carried away with adding too many shapes, because otherwise our paper will be too filled up. Now if you notice, my project is all finished and colored in. We are not going to get all the way here today. Today we are just going to get our shapes laid out and drawn on our paper. And then for part 2 of this project, we'll be using our black drawing tools and our coloring tools to finish up. So here we go. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the supplies that you're going to need. So you are going to need a sheet of white paper. And in class, we are using a 9x9 square, just so that it's not so big that it takes us a ton of time to fill it up, but a regular sheet of paper will work. You are going to need a pencil. We are not going to need our black drawing tool or our coloring tools today. We're going to need those in part 2 of this assignment because we're only doing half of it today. The other tool that we're going to need is a template of 2 geometric shapes. And here's what I mean by a template: something that you can trace to make the same shape over and over again. So a good template for a circle would be a roll of tape, if you can find one of those around your house, or even an old CD, if you even know what that is, or a small bowl or a small cup that you could put upside down. Those would be a good circle template. A square, the perfect one I found is a pad of Post-it notes for a square, because you don't want it to be too big. The other thing you could do is you could ask a grown-up to help you cut out cardboard templates. These could be made out of an old cereal box or a box of granola bars, any kind of old cardboard, a pizza box even if it's not too gross, and have them cut you a circle and a square. Now, I said 2 geometric shapes. Are my circle and my square my only geometric shapes? No. So you can pick whichever 2 geometric shapes you want to use. Not organic, not crazy wackadoodle freeform shapes yet, just 2 geometric shapes. So a square and a circle work great, a triangle, a rectangle. If you want to get real crazy and use an octagon, you could cut that out. But I would just choose either a simple template that a grown-up can help you make, or a simple template of an object that you can find around your house. You need 1 and 2. Okay, let's get started on our shape drawing.
All right, I have all the supplies I need, and even one little extra supply that I'm not going to use today, this black marker. I have my 2 geometric templates that I cut out of my recycling. I have my fingers, and I have my white paper, so I am ready to get started. Now we are going to set our templates any way you want on your white paper and drag your pencil tip along the edge of that cardboard template to kind of make a copy of that shape on your paper. Now this is going to take some focus, and this is going to take some practice. That template is probably going to move a little bit while you're tracing, and that's okay. Don't say, grown up, I need your help. You can do it. Hold it with one hand and trace it with the other. It's all about practice. You can't get better at it if you don't practice. I'd rather see a wobbly shape that you make over a perfect shape that your grown-up makes. So I counted out. I did 1, 2, 3, 4 geometric shapes. I'm going to add 1 more overlapping circle down here to make 5. Don't make too many more than 5. Otherwise, it's all going to get really messy and you won't be able to see your shapes on your paper. Now, I'm going to add something really special. Do you know what this is called? This is an organic shape. It's wiggly, it's wobbly, it does not really have its own name. I'm going to overlap 3 organic shapes on top of those geometric shapes that I traced. Now I'm not scribbling all over the place. I'm drawing with control and connecting my shapes end to end. So I have 5 geometric shapes and I have 3 organic shapes. I should be able to clearly see all of the shapes overlapping on my paper.
Awesome job! I'm so proud of you getting through the first part of this project. So, I need you to turn in a picture of your work in progress. If you are on Google Classroom, you will do that on the doc that is already attached. If you are on Seesaw, you will use that camera tool to send me a picture of your work in progress. That means it should not be finished. It should not be traced in black. It should not be colored. It should not be done. This is just halfway. And then next week, we will get those black drawing tools and those colorful tools to finish it up and play with our colors along with our shapes. Okay? I'm super proud of you. I love you, and I will see you soon. Bye!